Hello there, Uncle Matt here, republishing a video that I made just very recently that the censorious hosts of this platform decided to copyright strike because of I used a little bit of music. I thought it was within fair use rights, but they deemed it not to be so. So I thought, no, I will take it down because I put a lot of time and effort into making this video. So, and for those that have already seen me make Granary Loaf, it's virtually the same, just with some music taken out. Anyway, for those new thinking, okay, well, let's see how good this video is, shall we? Hello there, I'm going to make a video showing how to make some bread, but this is for all those people out there who are suffering, who are out of work potentially, like me, or self-isolating. Hope you all stay safe. Not sure if you're able to find something exotic as flour in a supermarket and yeast, but I still have some. So I'm going to make my favourite bread recipe. It's going to be a granary bread. It's really, really delicious. Can't believe I've not made it before on this channel. So I'm going to crack on with it now. And everyone stay safe. Alright, step one, add yeast to warm water. Stir it, let it dissolve, and give that about 10 minutes to get a little bit frothy. That is evidence that the yeast is alive and your bread will work. If not, you've got to try to find some yeast, which is going to be a challenge, right? All the shelves are empty. So what I've done there is I've combined the granary flour and the strong bread flour. You need that strong flour, otherwise the bread's not going to be quite right. But anyway, so we've added in the yeasty water using my hand. I'm doing this in a bowl. You could just dump this straight onto the table, like build a well and hope that the water doesn't break the dam and it leak onto your floor, or you could put it straight into your stand mixer. Now my stand mixer is not well enough to be able to do bread. It can whip cream and stuff, but I'm afraid it gives up the ghost when it does something tough. So I'm doing this the traditional way now. So onto the board and just keep working it. You got a very shaggy, very sticky, messy dough, and you think this isn't going to work, and you just keep persevering. You just keep going and enjoy the fact that your hands are all messy. You may need a little bit of flour at some stage, but just keep going for now. There we go. I've got my flour dredger, my little sprinkler out, just to clean up my hands, and I will be needing a little bit of flour into this. But if you do it all in your stand mixer with a dough hook, you may not need that at all, that extra flour. And a slightly sticky, hard to work with dough usually produces the best bread. So this is the old slap it down. Try to fold it over like that, turn it through 90 degrees, and then slap it down again. Thank you, Paul Hollywood, for showing me that technique. That's dramatic, wasn't it? A slow-mo. So this is the moment where I was singing and dancing to Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive. The whole point was to try to leave a bit of light relief for people going through a very, very difficult time at the moment. But no, the censorious natures of this host decided to punish me for that. So please forgive me for taking it down. So first of all, I'd like to apologise to my daughters. If you ever watch this, I'm really sorry. You may not recover from that. Anyway, back to making this bread. This is about 10 minutes in. It's taking shape. It's still a bit too sticky. The whole point of dough, you want it sort of tacky and not sticky. So we're definitely a bit too sticky still at the moment. So I'm adding, each time I add flour, just a real little sprinkling, just enough so I can really get working it again. Get the heel of your palm right into it, push it out. Use the other hand to sort of hold the other part back and try to do little turns, little 90-degree turns each time. And there, yeah, take out your aggression, slap it down. Now I'm thinking, am I there yet? I think it's, what you want is for it to be responsive. You've activated the glutens and it's springy. It's not bad, but it's a little bit too sticky still. It's actually sticking to my finger rather than bouncing back. So a little bit more flour again, but just a little bit. Perhaps 1 minute longer and we'll be there.
and I'll be happy. So this is about 1 minute later. Let's have another go. There we go. That's what we're after. Just it bounces back a little bit. That's nice. The gluten apparently has been activated, whatever that means. Into a oiled bowl. Toss it around a little bit so it's coated. That prevents it from getting a skin on it. Put a plate on top and let it prove. Depending on how warm the space is, depending on how quickly it proves really. But that was probably about 45 minutes. Doubled in size. Turn it out. Now that would be enough. You could just form that there, but I'm thinking, no, I'm going to make 2 individual loaves. So I'm going to take that in half. I think the camera angle's doing a misjustice there. That is actually half. I'm pretty sure that was pretty accurate. I'm going to roll it out with the rolling pin, and then I'm going to roll it up like a Swiss roll, and I'm going to get a much neater looking roll. That's just me being a bit fussy, but I think the end result is more nicer. Now you've got the seam, so what you do is you've got to put the seam at the bottom so that it doesn't unravel. Let's quickly do t'other one. We'll roll that out. Got mobile phone cam. So if you want to do one large loaf, you'll be absolutely fine. You've just got to maybe adjust your cooking time. It take a little bit longer than mine took. So those are ready to have their second proving. So I've got a lined tray, bit of baking parchment on it, and I'm being careful to leave space so it as it expands out sideways as well as upwards, it has somewhere to go, but they're not going to touch in the middle, hopefully. Double bit of cling film there. Grease it ever so slightly and drape. Try to sort of make almost like a tent as you do this, because if you do it tightly, your bread dough will not prove upwards at all. It will just prove outwards. And there you can see, very, very delicately peel that off after that's proved. You have to judge when it's there. If it proves too much, it may give up the ghost and actually deflate. Not enough, and then your bread's going to be a little bit more dense than you wanted it to be. Just showing you a couple of different ways to score. Feel free to do that or not do it at all. And the flour on top is just purely presentation. It adds nothing else. That's the oven as hot as it will go. And there's some boiling water into a really scalding hot tray in the bottom to create some steam, which will help the crust. 20 minutes in, I'm adjusting that down to 190. That's 374 Fahrenheit. And that had 10 more minutes. But again, you want to do your bread until you do the tap test. Basically, you want it to sound a little hollow. Also, it's going to feel light. There we go. You recognise that sound? That's what you're after. Now leave those alone. Let it cool down completely before cutting into it. Yeah, I'm just showing you that it's nice and crunchy. We've got a lovely crust. And let's see, how does it look? Have we got nice pockets in there? Yeah, it's looking great. Well done. It's lovely. Such a simple bread, but so delightful. Anyway, I'm going to smear a load of butter on it, because that's me. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt, and then I'm going to talk to you. So.
Right then. So, very nice, light, just basic granary loaf. Really, really simple. Just flour, salt, yeast, and water. And this is alchemy, this stuff. This is making gold, because the end result is so nice. Anyway, well, it should be. Excuse me. Nice. The crust is nice. I'd like it a little bit more, to be honest with you, but it's good. It's very good. Bread and butter. I mean, you know, there isn't anything better. You know, my panic buying consists of making sure I don't run out of butter while we go through this zombie apocalypse. But yeah, something therapeutic, excuse me again, about making your own bread. Hard to describe really, but yeah, give this a go if you've managed to find any flour left and yeast. It's crazy, I went to the supermarket earlier and the toilet rolls were still out, and they had a delivery this morning. So I'm thinking, is it the same people buying even more so that they've got enough toilet roll for the next couple of years? Or is it the next group of people that didn't manage to get any last time and they're thinking, well, we better just get some now? I mean, calm down, people. You know, just take care, wash your hands, be safe, be responsible. You know, if you've got some really elderly relatives or anyone with, you know, preconditions that are not very well, just avoid them. Just, you know, just stay away from them for the time being. If you can take some shopping around to their house, do it and leave it at the door and they can bring it in, you know, whatever. Those sorts of precautions, just be sensible about this and try to get through this, and hopefully the world can get back to normal and I can get some work again, because I'm buggered. Anyway, till the next one.